Yeah, you went first.
So congratulations, guys. I wanted to ask you, you're one of the teams that you base with the, let's say, less well-known players, and you've been practicing a lot, taking part in almost every tournament, which teams like EG and Team Secret don't do, because they get invitations. Do you think it's one of the reasons why you were so successful in this run? Because you participate in a lot of tournaments?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think playing all these qualifiers and playing all these games before coming here really helped us a lot. And I think going through the pressure and stress of playing a lot brought out a lot of the issues that every team goes through and gave us the learning experience we needed to win this. I don't think we would have done nearly as well as we did if we didn't have those experiences coming with that many games. Yeah.
So I want to direct a question to you specifically, and I think it's because at the beginning of the year with Cloud9 and sort of how it ended with Team Secret, throughout the year you placed well in Cloud9, but there was always, people always seemed to, like, always directed a lot of disappointment to you personally as a player in your performance, and like said that, you know, you're not as good as you were before. But now to top off the end, at the end of the year, you actually just go and win the second biggest tournament around. Like, how does that feel personally for you as a player, specifically too, since it's the biggest win of your career?
I'm not gonna lie that it feels really good. I feel a lot of accomplishment. I feel like I proved a lot, but at the same time, I feel the truth is I'm not the best player on this team, and I'm not at my fullest potential. I think I have a lot more to learn, and I think a reason why people look down on my performances in C9 were because I was having external issues and we were having team issues that easily translate into, you know, how we all play. But winning this tournament, I feel like all those past experiences also comes back to help me.
Yeah, congratulations by the way. First question is, how did you feel to basically play 18 games until the last game and beating almost 2 Chinese teams and the top 2 teams in the world? Did it help you guys because we're in lower bracket? Or was it just the pressure was way too high and just like a big decision based on your experiences?
I think playing from the lower bracket definitely kind of gave us an advantage in a way where we could really see what went wrong from the group stage and correct it for the main event. And the more we kept on winning, the more we learned what works for us, what doesn't work. And I think it pretty much gave us momentum. And once we had that momentum, we pretty much beat everyone, all the good teams, because we were really on a roll and we knew how to play the game the best way. So I think it definitely helped us to get on the lower bracket. Go ahead.
Yeah, so you guys had an impressive run throughout the lower bracket. When did you guys face the most difficult challenge as a team during the lower bracket? I mean, I assume that there was a time where you was like, oh guys, maybe we're not going to make it after all. But when was that moment when you guys, okay, this is the biggest challenge that we've overcome now?
The biggest challenge was Virtus Pro. We have always struggled against Russians because their play style is unorthodox, and even though we are the better team in my opinion, playing against the Russians is like gambling, because maybe like 1 out of the 3 plays will work, but 2 to 3 plays they make won't work, but when they work, they really work for them. And that's why we end up losing to games like games to VP, to Vega, to Empire. And I was really scared to lose to the Russians. Even though I favor us 65-35%, 35% for them to win is still very high.
So this is directed to you, since I assume that you're the captain of the team for overall, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it kind of follows to this question in that now after seeing you manage to defeat teams like Evil Geniuses and then Secret in the Grand Finals and even E-Home, what was it that made you lose to Vega twice? Was it what Moon sort of explained with them preferring sort of gambling style of play, or was it something else where just you just block?
First of all, Vega is a good team.
Sure.
I think they should have been top 8. I think their road was pretty much the hardest. They got to play EG and then they got knocked out by EOM, I believe, which are 2 of the teams I rate highest. So I think we were very disconnected in the group stage, And because we lost twice, the next day we were like, all right, we gotta be on the same page for now. So what we did is pretty much we talked for like 2-3 hours, and we discussed how we want to play the game, which heroes do we value the most, and how do we want to, do everything. And then the next time we played, we were all on the same page. We knew exactly what heroes we believe in. Because say, for example, one person doesn't believe in some random hero like Storm Spirit. If one person doesn't believe in it and we pick it, we're probably going to lose with it because he just doesn't feel confident in it. So that's what we went and did, and went on with that. Go ahead.
Hi guys, congratulations. In an interview with S4 earlier, he mentioned that since Alliance scrimmed a lot with you guys to both based in Europe, that he noticed that you guys are able to get a lot of very comfortable picks and combinations in the draft, just because people are not as experienced to play against you. Could you, Fly, talk a bit about if that was the case against Secret as well, in some of the games where you got combinations where you figured that perhaps Puppy would not have let you have those had they practiced with you more?
I feel like we definitely had the upper hand most of the drafts against Secret, because we just have a higher hero pool, at least it felt like it. I was mostly surprised they didn't go with some of their niche picks like the Bounty Hunter and the Chen. We were really expecting it, but they kind of went more standard. I feel like, having No-Tail, he's one of the most versatile players in the game. He can play pretty much every hero in the game, including Meepo. So that always gives us an advantage. For example, they didn't really see the Brewmaster coming, even though we ran it before. But he's one of the only players who can make it really work. And, Moon, also super versatile. So I think that we have that going for us. I feel Weeha is still, he still doesn't have enough heroes that he plays comfortable, at least that I know of. So I feel like when they picked the Alchemist, we were pretty much, all right, we won this game because he's not as comfortable in it, and we have all of the heroes we believe in. So, yeah.
If I may, one more at print. People are extremely impressed with the consistency and high-level play that you've also portrayed in this tournament. Could you talk a bit about what your personal reasons kind of are for this very high performance? Does it have to do with the fact that you guys have already come so far and you're just able to say screw it and go with it? Can you talk a bit about just your mindset?
I think it was way easier for us to perform coming from the lower bracket since the pressure on us was not that high. Especially in the later stages of the lower bracket, it was a big advantage that we didn't have to feel the pressure when we were one game away from elimination, for example. Against Ehom, for example, I think they crumbled a lot the last game. We stayed calm and we've been in this situation before, so I think that's one of the reasons we could play at a high level at all games.
Go ahead.
I'm interested in comparing Dota with chess. And maybe that's not possible, but maybe you have an idea about how could we compare and which one of the games may be more difficult or maybe even or something like that.
We've got a chess master here.
I used to play chess nationally when I was young, when I was 10 years old. It's very similar to Dota because I always put myself in the opponent's minds. What they're going to do, what are they thinking, what heroes do they want to pick. And before someone TPs to lane to try to kill my teammate, I already know he's going to do it. So I will just TP and sit behind him and sometimes say, why are you here? And then people say I'm a very aggressive player, it's because I know that they are ganking someone lane, and I have no vision, but I'm like 90% sure. And it's like similar to chess. I just put myself in their shoes, and I know I kind of like think, because I put myself in the enemy team's killer's shoes, and I'll ask, what would I do if I were him? And I will always make calls to my teammates, and I think a lot of those calls have saved my teammates a lot of times.
As a team, what special preparations did you make for facing EG and potentially Secret later?
Andreas, you want to answer?
We didn't really prepare at all. And it's not like we didn't want to, but we didn't really have time because we played late yesterday. And we played at 11 today, so we didn't have time.
But I think this matchup, especially versus EG, is something personally, I felt very good with it because we studied them a lot at MLG, and I didn't feel much difference playing this EG than the MLG one. So you can't always, prepare for your opponent like it's the first time you play them. Sometimes you have to take past experiences and feel good about like we played them before, we studied them before. It's not optimal, but it's at least like something you go in more prepared.
You guys actually lost only 2 games in the tournament, those to Vega. What's so special about those Russians?
Like I said, the Russians are really like aggressive, and sometimes I try to put myself in their shoes, and it's wrong. It turned out horribly wrong. I push him, the 9 Pashka Mashbushka guy. I don't even know whether I think he plays with instincts like an animal. So I cannot think like him. And this is why sometimes he keeps killing me like 5, 7, 8 times. And all right, I lost my game. I lost my team the game. So.
I mean, there's like I said,
3 more minutes left, so 3 questions.
Vega is definitely a top 8 team in my book. Definitely top 8.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. All right.
Congrats, guys. This is also a question for you, but also for the team. I know for a fact that you've been playing like insanely much before the tournament. There was no day the last 10 days before the majors when you didn't play a game or you were on the ticker. I'm asking especially because you've been playing for Cloud9 and Secret, which had a different approach. I mean, they were really selective on tournaments before big events. The question is, do you think that having more official games is better because you have the pressure of actually winning something? Because it's when it's a stream, like it's a stream, whatever. But with official games, you always have a stake. So do you think it's better to have more official games before big events? Do you think it's more motivation in preparing, or do you think streams are actually better?
Someone dying to answer?
Yeah, sure.
I think it's a little tricky because while playing a lot of officials is good, because it puts you in a more realistic situation, because when you scrim, people don't take it 100%, no matter what, we say, oh, we're going to take it 100% today, it never happens, people play 75%, 50%, 10%. So playing officials definitely helps putting ourselves in the mindset of playing, after all, to the majors. So we were kind of used to this whole mindset of playing officials and being tired all the time. But yeah.
Okay, last question for the day. Choose wisely.
Johan, you choose.
I only have a request because I'm going to use agency for the Frankfurt in Bucharest. I need, even if it's not giving well, a short picture together, standing up, holding.
Can I ask a question?
Okay, that last question.
I just wanted to ask, I heard many players told me that trust is very important, how you're with your team. You two have been known for your friendship, so I just wanted to ask, is the synergy built around friendship, and how important the personal relations, let's say, in the team are, and did it help you to go that far?
Johan, I think it's a good one for you.
Sure. For me, what's important in Dota is, what is most important in Dota is the things that are outside the game. Because you're 5 individuals to have to try and play as one. That's optimal scenario. But for you to achieve something close to a single unit, you have to be able to trust each other. And for you to trust each other, you have to like each other. There's a billion factors outside the game. Being good enough at the game is not enough to win a tournament. It is not enough to even get top 3. This is what I really like about the game. So someone like Miracle, he is so talented at the game and so talented at playing alone. But if it wasn't for his, niceness, his genuineness, the reason why we like him, his talent wouldn't be able to be used in a team, and he wouldn't be able to achieve, what we achieved today. So I value it more than anything.
I agree. That's why CDEC was so good at TI.
Yeah.
All right. What a beautiful last answer. So thanks for your time. Congratulations.